Welcome back to the show, everybody. Well, it's a massive day for cryptocurrency. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, it's $2.75 trillion market cap for crypto. The market's up 1%. 69,800 plus for Bitcoin, 3,900 plus for Ethereum, 111 billion plus market cap for Tether. XRP at the number 8 spot at 52 cents. We're off by 0.2 on the 24, and we're up 1.9 on the 7-day. Looking at the range of price very quickly here, we're ranging between 52, 53 cents. We will keep an eye on it as we move throughout the day. I do want to remind everybody right now, if you have not done it, you need to go to link2.com for the best private equity. Look at this. Coinbase's stock has risen nearly 250% in the last year, fueled in part by Bitcoin's recent rally. But the $50 billion in crypto behemoth had humble beginnings, starting with a $150,000 investment by Brian Armstrong in 2012 at a time where the nascent crypto market was barely a household name. Look at it now. And I tell you, Coinbase used to be on Link2's platform before it went public. Yeah. And guess what else? You can get Ripple just like you used to be able to get Coinbase. You can get Uphold just like you used to be able to get Coinbase. You can get Circle. You can get this one, that one, Zipline, you name it. I'm telling you right now, this is the best offer in the world for private equity at link2.com. Do not mess around. It takes just a couple minutes to get yourself signed up, registered, and accredited. And it only takes a couple minutes to fund your account. And it's damn near instant. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. You don't believe me? Click the link to my sponsor and try it out for yourself. Let's start right here because there is so much to go over today. Starting with this, just in, Bitcoin and Ethereum exchange-traded products approved for listing on the London Stock Exchange. And we know we've had some massive news here, but go ahead, London. We love seeing it. And we know Gary Gensler's statement that was opposing the FIT21 Act that was voted on yesterday and passed, by the way, can be summed up in just 6 words. Please don't take away my power. That was good, Ashley. Now, I wanted to show you this. And give Ashley Prosper a follow if you haven't done it already. My goodness. XRP drops as well. Listen to what Tom Emmer says right here, because Tom Emmer's dropping the heat. You need to hear it.
We have an opportunity to determine whether the next iteration of the internet will be designed by Americans or if it will instead reflect the values of some other nation.
Come on in.
The FIT21 Act gives us that opportunity and unlocks a larger conversation beyond innovation. This bill is about national security. It's about consumer protection. It's about global competitiveness. It's about shaping what the future global digital economy looks like and how it functions. Currently, all online transactions are intermediated. But as we move deeper into the digital age, digital assets are key to decentralizing the internet so Americans can transact directly with each other. Now, no intermediary needed. Without crypto, we don't have this ability. And I think giving Americans the choice to do business through an intermediary or directly with each other is important. Having that choice will fundamentally alter the digital economy, unlocking new opportunities for Americans and individuals across the world in ways we haven't even begun to contemplate. However, this Congress can no longer stand by as regulators squander this opportunity right within our grasp. This administration has demonstrated they simply are not willing to allow the digital asset industry to innovate in the United States. For every legal inconsistency or regulatory hurdle they produce, instead of coherent and informed guidance, they drive American digital asset users into less safe jurisdictions. That's why the FIT21 Act is significant, to set clear and consistent rules for American innovators. Among the many important provisions in this bill is My Securities Clarity Act, bipartisan language tailored specifically to digital assets that provides the legal flexibility for a digital asset project to transition from centralization to decentralization. This transition is critical to the future peer-to-peer digital economy, and I thank the chairman and my friends on the other side of the aisle for working with me to incorporate this section into the bill today. Their work on this extensive framework will allow Americans to once again lead the way. I yield back.
There you have it right there. Tom Emmer can say it now. Now let's take a look at this, because we did win yesterday, and it was a historic win. Shout out to Cody Carbone, Perry Ann Boring, Taylor Barr, Alex Shiznick, I believe it is, and forgive me, Alex, if I mess up your last name, but all of you have worked so hard, and the rest of the team at the Digital Chamber. I tell you, the work that goes on is nonstop with these people. Their work, I tell you, unless you see it yourself, you're just never going to know. And I've seen it. And these people work so hard to carry what we need to get done across the finish line. And they've done a hell of a job. And I want to celebrate each one of them. And all of you who called your congressman yesterday, let's not stop doing that. We need to do that for every piece of legislation. There'll be another piece coming up very soon. But today we celebrate the massive win in the House. 279 votes, 71 Democrats joined 208 Republicans to pass the FIT21 bill. What a day. This is a massive win for bipartisanship and clarity. To the Senate we go. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Here's Cody Carbone from the Digital Chamber.
Hey everyone, this is Cody Carbone from the Digital Chamber, coming to you today with massive news out of the crypto policy space. Today, the House of Representatives passed the Financial Innovation Technology for the 21st Century Act, the FIT bill. This is the market structure bill that provides clear jurisdictional lines between the SEC and the CFTC for digital assets. If you're a consumer or an investor out there, this is massive, as it finally provides the clarity and the consumer protections that we all need to make sure that this market is safe for us. This bill passed with overwhelming bipartisan support, and we're now already looking forward to next steps. This is where we need you. We need you to help us make sure that the Senate takes up the mantle and addresses the bipartisan need for clarity for the digital asset space. So we're calling on you to help us, to call your senators, call using this number right at the bottom of your screen, asking them to take up this legislation to get the clarity passed that this industry deserves. The job is not done. So please reach out while you're celebrating today and help us move this bill forward. Thank you.
There you go right there. Thank you, Cody. And shout out to everybody at the Digital Chamber is doing all the work over there. I tell you, remarkable, remarkable effort. Then building on top of what we understand about the FIT bill, Charles Gasparino comes in and says, breaking, if the SEC does approve the Ethereum spot ETF, it will be one of the biggest regulatory 180s in recent history. The SEC history and proof that the crypto crowd is a legitimate voting bloc. Securities lawyers tell me all the guidance coming from Gary Gensler was that he was even going to declare ETH a security, which would have made it a complete no-go. But that's not what we're hearing now after people like John Deaton made their voices heard and Dem lawyers heard them and got glittery about losing the Senate. Again, don't believe anything until you see the press release. But if this is approved, it's a big effing deal. And you know what? He's right. It is a big effing deal. Okay? We will see where this is going to go. There's a lot in play and in flux right now. And I want you to hear Brian Kelly right here talk about what's coming next. Take a look.
The SEC is starting to amend these S1s. So I don't know if the Ethereum ETF gets approved today, next week or the week after. It will get approved at some point in time. But also the trade now is who's next, right?
Exactly. Who is next? Because and I was talking about yesterday. Now it's almost time for truly my ETF, my blended ETF of which which crypto asset it is. And so who is next though?
I mean, I think you've got to think about Solana as probably the next one, right? I mean, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana are probably the big three for this cycle. But I'll give you even a stranger, or maybe not stranger, but maybe an unintuitive way to think about it, Robinhood and Coinbase. Because now we have some clarity about what a security is and what isn't. And they'll be able to list a lot more crypto, which means a lot more trading for them. So I think they're the biggest beneficiaries from the change that's gone on.
It's an excellent point to make from Brian Kelly here. And we all know that the Ethereum VCs flocked to Solana and been trying to blow it up. So now we're hearing the big push for a possible Solana spot ETF. It's so easy to follow once you see what's happening here. And this, the response from the White House. With a supermajority, the White House will be unable to stop FIT21, says Chad Steingraber. He's right about that. The White House has made every attempt to break the crypto industry apart. They have failed on every level. There's no question. This remark is capitulation. The administration looks forward to continued collaboration with Congress on developing legislation for digital assets that includes adequate guardrails for consumers and investors while creating conditions needed for innovation. And further time will be needed for such collaboration. So, right here, even though they announced in the first line, the administration opposes the passage of H.R. 4763, which is FIT21. It does go on to say, we look forward to the collaboration with Congress. Yeah, you better, because you know damn well what happened here. You've lost, and you've had to turn around and stop this anti-crypto war. And you know what? That means that John Deaton's going to win in Massachusetts, but we can't stop fighting for him. We have got to see this through. You can't just think that we've got it. We don't have it. But I'll tell you what we do have. We have Michael S. Barr as the VP, Vice Chair of Supervision for the Federal Reserve Board of Governors is what we do have. And before you listen to this, I want to remind you, Ripple used to have him too. Yeah, former Ripple advisor. Now the VP of the Federal Board of Governors. What was he doing there? What is his job? Well, the Fed supervises Wall Street banking. And since 2010, the Dodd-Frank Act, which, by the way, Michael S. Barr was one of the architects thereof in the creation of FSOC, the Financial Stability Oversight Council, also has a duty to oversee non-bank financial firms. Just to let you know, Ripple is a non-bank financial firm that play an outsized role in the financial system. Just to let you know, Ripple is a non-bank financial firm that I believe will play an outsized role in the financial system. Though he'll technically be outranked by Fed Chair Jerome Powell, the chairman has said publicly that he'll defer to the vice chair on financial oversight matters. So Jerome Powell has said, I'm going to let Michael S. Barr call it when it comes to financial oversight matters. Barr will have an influential voice in global standard-setting organizations and at home on the U.S. FSOC Council, for which he helped create, which is considered how to approach stable coins. Well, damn, isn't this interesting? Ripple just put out their trademark on stable coins, and their former advisor happens to be the VP of the Federal Board of Governors working on stable coins. I'm just saying. Now let's hear a real take from a former European Central Bank president, and he's telling you exactly what they think of crypto and the Bitcoin.
But I want only to underline the importance of the crypto danger. I must confess, maybe I'm wrong personally, but I see really pure casino players with some kind of crypto assets. And it seems to me incredible that we are progressively giving them a place in the system which is absurd. So Bitcoin, to me, are a recipe for ultimate catastrophe if it grows and grows and grows. And the same with all the other so-called and badly called cryptocurrencies.
That's where he's at. And he spends the next 20 seconds doubling down on it. This is how they really feel about it, right? Well, we're going to need a lot more money and support for the fight, whether it's over in the EU or here at home. Introducing Tech Against Scams. Ripple is joining forces with Match Group, Coinbase, Meta, Gemini, and Kraken FX, and more to combat online fraud and financial schemes. Together, we're taking action to protect consumers and disrupt scammers. You know, this is massive, and Brad Garlinghouse chimes in here because as we find ourselves getting the legislation and clarity we need, the scams are going to ramp up. Brad Garlinghouse chimes in here. There's one thing all of us in tech can agree on. It's high time we dismantled the scammers once and for all. Proud that Ripple is joining this coalition along with other industry heavyweights. No doubt about it, Brad. Shout out to you and the work and joining to eliminate that because it is a massive, massive problem. And it's only going to get bigger if we don't start right now. No doubt about it. I want to show you this before we get out of here. It's the time frame for XRP from Dark Defender. He says right here, we had a break in the weekly time frame. He says, I set a smaller 5-wave structure to see the detailed levels. XRP follows the RSI trend orange line and is above 50%, which is good. The break is confirmed. We expect the price to be above the Ichimoku clouds to discuss more bullish formation. Supports are at 52.51, 51.26. Resistance at 58 cents, 68 cents, 90 cents, and $1.20. XRP will test 58 cents in a couple of days. Well, we love hearing that. And I'll tell you what else we love is the Freedom Zone. We're going in there right now. It's going to be a quick one today. But I tell you, U.S. government and governments around the world are doing some of the dirtiest thing right under our noses, like coming after our food and our food producers. We're going to get into that inside the Freedom Zone. You can join us at digperspectives.com. Click the Freedom Zone for almost next to nothing. Come on in. What a great way to support the channel. We certainly appreciate you. And I tell you something, it's not financial advice from me or anyone else. We're going into the Freedom Zone right now. Come on in.